Previously, on The Code, live with the HSBC Waratahs.
I was shocked because he never really gets injured, and he goes off, he comes back on.
I get to hang out with 60 of my closest mates every day and travel the world playing the game that we love.
There was some satisfaction with some of the achievements in 2010. I think ultimately the players felt missing out on that final was still a disappointment.
And now he gives it to Moen. He pops it out to Beale. Beale over the top, and Drew Mitchell will score a try. The first of the match and his third for the season. It's only week 2.
I sort of go out of my way to make sure everything's right, so when the players walk into the dressing room, it's all there for them. All they think about once they walk in the dressing room is the football and what they've got to play.
I think there'll be a lot of tears around, there's no doubt about that, and the team is playing in the West Coast jerseys tonight to honour the Pike River, so it'll be hugely emotional.
For many of the people that turned up on the night, I think it was, a time for them to, perhaps try and forget what had happened in Christchurch 10 days earlier for, even if it was just for that hour and a half.
If you look at it on the other side, if it happened to you and your family, it would be very heartbreaking.
There's a lot of emotion in the game, particularly obviously from their side with the events that had happened.
I think when I get old and a bit frail and look back on some key moments and key games in my life, I'll definitely be looking at that one.
The HSBC Waratahs look ahead to the next game. And incoming CEO Jason Allen knows how important it is to put to rest any doubts as quickly as possible. He has grand plans for his team this season and is optimistic about the challenge ahead.
I'm a passionate sports lover, like many people around the world. This was a very exciting opportunity to work within a high-performance organisation and be able to make a difference to an organisation that has come off a very successful season and be able to help the organisation take on the ultimate goal, being winning the championship on and off the field. The HSBC Waratahs have an enviable culture and history which is so exciting for many of our supporters, and we need the support. We need people to come to games and enjoy the experience and give us feedback so we can ensure that we can continue to grow. Well, hi Rebecca, Jason Allen, how are you? Critical for me is to ensure that I provide the leadership, direction and the toolkit for all of the team that they can exceed their aspirations. We have a very clear vision within our organisation and we have very clear milestones that we have to achieve. The whole team here have bought in on it, so we've done the talking, we've put the writing on the paper, it is execution time, and that's the exciting part, so we really look forward to the future ahead. The team tell me there's unfinished business. Of course there is. We came third. We want the ultimate prize and we'll give our damnedest to get there on the field, but also we need to become a profitable business off the field. So we'll be working as hard off the field to ensure that we get that success.
The team have a bye in round 4 before facing the Cheetahs. The extra week is not necessarily an advantage, as the balance between training and rest can be a tricky thing for coaching and conditioning staff to get right.
So the defensive team loses 2 people each time. We go for 2 minutes with a 30-second break and we've probably got 3 or 4 efforts. Good carry, go down 2, go down Crossy. Just don't let teams off the hook. When we get that 4 on 3, 3 on 2, it just becomes bread and butter for us.
Just get that delivery, commit your man. When we're trying to take too much early, so we had no room outside.
This weekend's game will be the first this season at the SFS, and the team fine-tune their game plan on the match turf in a final training session.
Settle it down a bit at 50, a little bit slower, just execute well, we'll do that. Let's get stuck into it.
Yeah, great throw, good drill, well done. Okay, they go up at the front. We use Dino. Dino's going to contest that delivery, it's a down and feed. Okay, we're always assuming it's a maul. Up we go. Yep. Go for it, he's off the top. Righto, everybody look for that tension. Middle four, brace their heads in. Touch! Comfortable hips, locks. Pause! Get them comfortable, mate. Engage! Good, Al.
With Phil Waugh unable to play through injury, Dean Mum will take over as captain and is eager to lead from the front.
Pretty excited. I've only done it once before, and I was here last year against the same opposition, so it's a little bit of deja vu, but once again a massive honour. Obviously a little bit disappointed about the Crusaders, but as a whole I think we've been pretty good so far, and I can't see why tomorrow night will be any different.
Game day brings yet another wet day for Sydney. The bad weather, though, will stop neither the game going ahead tonight nor the staff getting all the work that needs doing done in time.
Right, moving back to the SFS, there's always a lot more going on in terms of game day. We've got a lot of signage to set up here at the stadium.
We've got to make sure we bump everything nice and early before everyone gets into the ground.
And usually starts about 9 a.m, 8 a.m. on game day.
Love first game.
Got all the tickets to send out, all the hospitality to organise. So there's a lot of late nights in the week leading up, but once the boys get out there, it's very exciting to hear the crowd get up for the game, and there's always some special tries scored. So we're all very pumped about this weekend and the season ahead.
So tonight it's the Cheetahs game, and I've got to look after all of the players and get them around to all of the different functions. It's going to be a really busy night. We've got 12 players getting around to 6 different functions. Starting off at the HSBC suite, so they're being our major sponsor. We show them a little bit of love.
Taffy. Hi to Taffy.
Jeremy.
Hi Jeremy.
See you guys. Let's go! Yeah, then we've got the guys going into the Chairman's Club, which is on the other side of the SFS. It's going to be Phil Waugh and Pip Waugh tonight. Hi Chris. I'm good, how are you? I can't walk that fast with Phil because of his leg, so we'll get there as quick as we can. And then back around to the ladies' function, which is down at the SCG, where all of the women in rugby are going down, having a bit of a get-together.
Having the week off is probably the most frustrating thing you can have, because you want to get out there and win again.
I know this must absolutely seem ridiculous, but it works. Okay, game on. We've got 8 guests as well, which I have to get in and out of the dugout. Follow me. That's service. Got the boys working for you. Nice one, Chris. You all right? Everything okay? Good.
Having fulfilled his public appearances under the watchful eyes of Jazz, Phil Waugh takes an unfamiliar role as spectator for what should be a relatively easy night for his teammates.
Carter. Johnson got across to slow him down. That's good momentum though from Tom Carter. 10-metre mark, I guess. Promising start. Beale up from fullback. Drew Mitchell spun out of one. Mitchell got support. It's Beale. Now he throws it back. Puts it on the toe. Not a bad kick. It's going to sit up in the field of play, and currently Beale. It's a one-handed pass.
That's a great ball, isn't it?
Burgess finds some space. Burgess. And he's got Mum. Mum straightens. The tackle is made.
The message to get out there. Just don't panic because we haven't played any footy. Like, everyone's sort of, well, it looks, no one's talking.
Curtly Beale. So, at long last, points on the board for the Waratahs. We're locked up at 3-3 at the Sydney Football Stadium.
It's not good enough. Our D is good. Trust our D, right? Don't overcommit, one shot at it, and then keep backing your mates. It's simple. We play discipline, all right? We trust our systems and we go well. We've got to lift our execution.
Dave Dennis up over the 22. Man on the inside! For the 1000th time, they've dropped it.
That's what we needed though. Change the momentum, boom.
So Burgess gives it to Barnes, and Barnes is going to kick across now for Drew Mitchell. Taken by Villion though, he needs support, and he's got Victorious. And there's a man on the inside. Runaway try. What a moment for the Cheetahs. They extend the lead at the Sydney Football Stadium. They've never won a game on Australian soil, and they lead 14-3 with the kick to come.
This is an amazing upset in the making right here.
There's a Pretorius with the kick of the chase. The race is on. Drew Mitchell getting back.
Play now. Play.
Can't quite hold on.
Go, Drew. Go,
Mitchell gets going. But he's going to run out of room and support.
He's beaten 5 people and stayed in touch.
The assistant is going to be called in here. I'm not quite sure what the word is from...
He scored that.
And is that what a reserve winger does? Plough through there? For the Cheetahs you do. Great try.
It is a try to the Cheetahs. Now Tom Carter, as the siren sounds. It's been a wet, damp night, and that's the way the Waratahs finish it, by coughing up the football.
Is that booing from the fans?
The Waratahs, who offered so much after their first 2 wins of the season, have now gone with back-to-back losses, 23 points to 3.
Can't change what has happened in the last hour and a half. We can do a lot about what happens next week for an hour and a half. Any injuries, let's get them treated now and come together on Monday. Make sure we come together on Monday. That's really important.
Chris, you seem to start so well and confident. Could you have predicted that sort of outcome in the first 5 minutes?
No, look, I think one of the things in that first period of 20 minutes probably is that we created 3 opportunities and we didn't complete any of them whatsoever. And as I said all week, the Cheetahs are a side that you can't underestimate, and if you leave 3 tries out on the park in the first 20 minutes, you just open the door and invite them to come through, and they came through. They kicked the door down and came through.
Yeah, not happy. We're very disappointed. Again, we set very high standards, and when you don't meet them, it's a really big reality check for us.
Yeah, no, we waited long for this one, so tonight I'm very proud of the guys. I think we totally deserve it, especially the players. They defended with a lot of heart and put the Waratahs under pressure and forced them into mistakes. It
was across the board, errors from everyone, myself included.
You've really got to make sure that you're truthful with yourself in what your game was like, and if it wasn't up to scratch, you've got to sort that out.
Yeah, we certainly didn't play like we needed to play, and we didn't play the way we wanted to play either.
Their defence was outstanding, and full credit to them. Certainly, I don't think you underestimate any team you come up against. We didn't underestimate the Cheetahs. The fact is we didn't perform.
We certainly were scrappy. We had 15 guys on 15 different game plans, and we've got to take that forward. We've got to make sure that never happens again.
Doing a few boos at the end there from the crowd. Does that tell you about the responsibility you guys have out there?
Oh, it's never nice, is it?
To walk off the field to that booing, I think that was like another knife straight through the heart.
So we've got to work hard in the way we play and the way we represent ourselves and the Waratahs on the field to hopefully try and bring them back.
As Chris said, we set very high standards in this team and in this squad, and we certainly didn't reach them tonight. We're going to have a good look at that, and we must regroup and move forward into that Brumbies game.
Pause and go! Monday mornings are always a little grey. This one is tougher than most. Like the players, the partnerships department must also pick up the pieces and put on a brave face.
You have a nice weekend? It was a tough game on Friday night. I think
we got a bit of a hurry up. The Cheetahs played very well, so look, a lot of credit's got to be given to them.
The partners and so forth will actually be really supportive, and they'll want to know what's happened, obviously, but they'll be more of a team as such and support it.
Yeah, it's a little flat around the office. The partnerships team and the marketing team, everyone upstairs is a little bit quiet. Yeah, the crowd, it did hurt us a little bit, but look, we've got a few exciting games coming up, obviously playing away this week, and then the Chiefs in 2 weeks' time will be exciting.
It's letting them know what's going on here at Waratahs HQ and what we're doing really to plan for the next game.
We'll be fine. It's all good. It's those kind of games. It's good to have them at the start of the season. I think the boys will be better for it.
The dust settles and the Super Rugby season marches on. Tomorrow is a new day, but on Saturday, an old challenge faces the team in Canberra. Veteran Al Baxter has thrived for New South Wales for over a decade and continues to do so with a young family in tow. He explains how much of a priority playing rugby is amongst his other commitments.
Well, obviously rugby is pretty high because it's what I do for a living and it's what feeds the family, but I guess it depends on what time of week it is. Like on a Sunday morning down at the beach, it's not, I guess, my first priority, but if you spoke to me on a Saturday afternoon before a match, then it's obviously my top priority. I've had 11 seasons playing professional rugby, and I guess it's allowed me to travel the world. It's allowed a whole lot of doors to be open that otherwise it wouldn't have been. You meet some pretty extraordinary people and go some pretty extraordinary places through rugby. There are some challenges. One year I had encountered 180 days away. It was a World Cup year, so that's 6 months of the year where I was away from home. It's tough on my wife and also my kids being away the whole time. Certainly stops you feeling sorry for yourself having kids. It gives you perspective in what is, I guess, really important in life. If you do have a loss, but then one of your kids is crook, then you forget about the loss pretty quickly and you're just worried about the welfare of your family. It's fascinating when you see them run around and you see, I guess, the different things that they find fun. Things like running on the field and shaking hands is the kind of stuff they enjoy, or putting on their tracksuit for the first time, which has got all the team colours and that kind of stuff. So it's great. Life after rugby for me is not a big issue, simply because I do have a profession outside of rugby. I'm an architect as well. Okay, yeah, thanks for that. Nice. Cheers, thanks for that. I work part-time, I guess casual at the moment with that, so as soon as rugby finishes I just move straight into that, and so it's not a huge issue, but certainly rugby is very enjoyable, and I still have the passion and the enjoyment and hope to keep playing for as long as I can.
The players have endured a tough week through some honest discussions and by reigniting their trust in each other. Some of the players prepare a video for the coming road trip, explaining why they like playing for the HSBC Waratahs and for each other.
Do it! Why do I like playing for the Waratahs?
Tills, do that. Do the thing.
Oh, it just gives you a chance to play with your mates, hit a few people. It's good fun. It's good environment. Love it.
Tills, do your thing.
We all put away our differences and come together to get that final outcome right. That's what I love about this unique culture.
And the amount of pain and injuries people have played through to play for the Waratahs. I think we're an incredible team, and it's been a great part of my life and I love it very much.
This is the kind of stuff that we kind of makes our day a brighter and a better day, so it's just an awesome environment.
On the field it never gets perfect, but what is perfect is that the teammate beside you really lifts you up. He's right there to back you up throughout the whole 80 minutes.
I think too, once you take the field, there's a pretty special feeling amongst the boys that you owe them something. That doesn't always happen when you play within teams. You don't always have that feeling that you need to lift to support them, and that's a pretty special feeling that only this group has.
Pause and go!
Tonight the team will play away in Canberra. For many of the fans, the closest they can get to the action is at one of the Waratahs HQ live sites scattered throughout Sydney. After the disappointment of last week, the fans are ever hopeful of redemption.
I'm a big fan and I'd like to see them go all the way.
They had such a good start to the season and they looked like they were playing well. The back line looked really good and then...
An unfortunate result.
Horrible. The Waratahs.
I don't think the booing was warranted. I wouldn't have done it if I was out there, but I don't know. It was a sloppy performance.
It's just a bit disheartening, but you know, we'll battle through it.
All the boys, they're all starting to find their feet and they're going to kill it. I reckon they're going to win. They're going to win big time.
And now Turner flirting with the touchline.
Leave it 9, advantage.
Advantage being played here. And the dummy from Burgess.
Advantage.
Advantage still being played and Phil Ward takes it into contact. Curtly Beale. There's 3 points. So after all that continuity, they come up with something. Gitto taking them on, but Gitto, through he goes. Needs support. Flicks it out the back door to Smith.
Oh, super tackle.
And Derek Barnes. Wide it goes. Beale. Beale dummies. Curtly Beale puts it on the toe. Ryan Cross picks it up. And Cross gets it down. Try to the Waratahs. So it's there for the Waratahs. And Curtly Beale. Charge down. Gitto.
Advantage.
Advantage being played for the Brumbies. Phibbs. Now Alexander. Got away from one. Carter! Tom Carter up over the 22. Where's the support? They arrive now. No real counter right there from the Brumbies. Now it's Curtly Beale, and Beale puts the kick into the corner. Try! They might go upstairs, but it looked like a fair try for Pakalani for me. No try! Oh. They're just going to try and rumble it over. 1 metre to go. Half a metre now. Tamani reaches it. Slams it down. Did they get it down? He will have to go upstairs.
Tamani thinks he's got it.
This should tell.
Oh, yeah, that's a try. That is a try.
He's got the big arm on it. The big mitt.
That try.
Try to the Waratahs, and so they have won it at the death.
In Super Rugby, it is difficult to gauge how important any one game can be. Tonight brings relief to players and fans alike. It also brings back some faith and hope for the long season ahead. Next time on The Code, life with the HSBC Waratahs.
We're here at the Cerebral Palsy Alliance. I've got about 8 or so blokes here to come check out the facility, say hello to some young people.
Some players may want to sit down and listen to some music, stretch, whatever each individual player needs to do to prepare appropriately for what they're about to endure.
Hi, I'm Kim, the #1 Waratahs fan.
Waratahs, go Phil, go Ben! Get it back, Taz! The ball, Taz!
To the right they go, and there it is. The gap opened up, and Atieli Pakalani is in for the first try.
It was really great to mingle with the fans, though it wasn't really great for them to touch my hair, really.
When we go down there, we've got to maintain it, all right? Every time we go down there, we get points.
And now, Burgess gives it to Tom Carter, and Carter scores the opening try for the Waratahs.